Hi there, this is DC Types, and I would like to introduce you to the Olivetti Studio 44 and show you some of the features. So this is a fantastically designed machine with these wonderful gray plastic keys. Here you have ribbon color selector. You can choose black, which is actually colored blue. This deactivates the ribbon vibrator so that the ribbon will not rise and no color will be presented. And this is red. Here you have the shift key. This is the tab key, the red key, which will move based on the tab selection. You have your space key, pretty standard operating procedure here. This is your margin release key. Release whatever your set margins are. And here you have the shift lock key, which will cause writing to be in all caps. Cool. This is your ribbon return. And here you have your margin selector, which you can choose between single, double, triple, or even quadruple space in the case of an Olivetti, which is not necessarily typical. Here you will have the ability to move the carriage freely. You can use this release, and it will also advance the line based on whatever the margin setting is. This is the release if you want to be able to just freely slide the paper out or in. Here, using these arms, you can raise or lower to have paper rests. These are entirely optional. These are your margin selectors. You'll compress these and move them left or right. If you find they move with any difficulty, you'll want to adjust the carriage past the point, because sometimes if you have it resting and you attempt to move the margin this way, it won't, because the carriage is at the margin position. So if you have any difficulty adjusting those, you can move the carriage this way. You can also hit the margin release, and that may allow that. Now, if it has this other cool feature where for transport, for packing it in its case, which this particular one comes with this very stylish carrying case, you will move this backwards and you can stow that. The other option is to lock the carriage for transport. So if you get a machine and you find that the carriage will not move, try unlocking the carriage here. That's a pretty common feature. These are paper bales. This is the paper bale arm. It will raise and lower. This black component is called a platen. If you would like to change or adjust the ribbons, this is the ribbon cover, and it comes off. You simply pull upwards and it will pull off. If you would like to put it back into place, you will simply take these two knobs here and you will place those, and then you will click down. And that's it. It simply goes back into place that easily. This particular unit comes with metal Olivetti ribbons, and to change the ribbons, you'll remove these screws here, and you can see how this is in place. It will slide through these two metal prongs, so you'll slide it behind and then up into place, and it's relatively intuitive how that will place. I don't necessarily want to get my hands too inky here, but you'll see a gap to slide it in there. In order to change the direction of the ribbon, if you reach its terminus, you will simply click this. It may go automatically, but it depends on what type of ribbon that you have installed. Some do not have an eyelet that will cause the ribbon direction to change. So that is how you change the ribbon direction. And here you will place the ribbon cover back on here. There you are. There you are. And the carriage moves freely. And that's a basic introduction to the Olivetti Studio 44.